All right, Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Akim across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and charity. And this is going to be a quick lesson through the Spirit. I'm out taking care of some errands, getting the oil changed in Esau's vehicles, just in the Spirit. The time we're living in, man, we're living in the end of this society. We're living in the end of the world, as the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, spoke of. All right, the ending rulership being the rulership of the Edomites. All right, and we're living in the end of that. That's why you have a so-called health crisis going on, because it's really signaling what? It's signaling that we're at the end of an age, and this is how Yahweh Shem Shai is doing it. All right, but these things that we're seeing now and what is to come, the chaos, the calamity, the times that we're going to go into, all right, because we're going to ultimately what? We're going to have to reject this world, which is what? Following them and their worship of this new god, the Jab, all right, and ultimately what? That chip, we're going to have to reject that. All right, but these things that are going to take place, they were declared from the beginning. Okay, so this is Isaiah 46, and I'm not going to make this too long. This is Isaiah 46 and 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning. All right, so the things spoken of from the beginning, the things spoken of and written of before our time, all right, given to the prophets of old. Some of those prophets are back in this time, what? Breaking the scriptures down, giving the complete and 100% understanding of the scriptures, all right, letting the world know who the Israelites are. These things were written and declared from the beginning, as the Lord said, man. So the times we're living in, remember, remember that aforetime the Lord said he would help us in these times as well. Remember, aforetime it was written that what? The chariots will come, right? And the Lord will be sent to what? For us to be saved. Ultimately, okay? That's what was declared from the beginning. You see? Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning. See? And from ancient times. See? All right, all these prophecies we read week in and week out, day in and day out on your daily reads, out on the highways and byways, all right? The prophecy speaking of us waking up in the last days, according to what? You go to the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. All right, these things were declared from ancient times, man. Your awakening, all right? You coming into this knowledge, this truth, all right? You coming into understanding, all right, of who you are, which is what? The skin being put back upon the bones, all right? Right along with the breath being put back into you. These things were declared from ancient times, man. You're fulfilling prophecy, okay? All right, you go back to the book of Isaiah. During Isaiah's time, it was a vision he was given of what? Us waking up in these last days and being saved by a higher power. Yahweh Bashem Shai. So all these things were declared from the end, and we're at the end, all right, of an age, okay? End of the wicked. All right, we're at the end of wickedness. We're at the end of 2/3. We're at the end of Esau, the wicked. We're at the end of heathens in their wickedness. And we're going to come into a world of righteousness after this, man. All right, Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. You see? Saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. And that's Yahweh Bashem Shai speaking, man. What's the counsel of the Lord? All right, the counsel of the Lord is what? To bring forth his prophecies, which he's bound by. He's bound by his word, these prophecies, these things written aforetime, these things written in ancient times that we're actually fulfilling now. Okay, you coming into the understanding that you're an Israelite was written aforetime. All right, and what does it come with? It comes with what? Salvation. It comes with repentance, salvation, all right, change, growth. You know, all these things, man. Everything is written, okay? All right? So I'm going to keep reading Isaiah 46 and 10 again, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right, so let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, because the Lord himself, when he came onto the scene, he gave tokens to for us in these times to understand and measure the times, all right, to actually look out for the end. And now we're seeing these prophecies, these tokens come to pass. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's why the Lord said his counsel shall stand. All right, you waking up in these last days, this was written. You were written to wake up. You were written to come out of, like I keep saying this, all right? You were written to wake up in these last days. You specifically to understand this truth. That's why it's so surreal. You were written in the story of Yahweh Shem Shai's counsel to wake up and to ultimately, Lord willing, be saved and be a part of the hopeful elect, the ruling government, to rule the next world in righteousness, man. All right, 2nd Esdras 15 and 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, which is unbelief, of them, the people that weren't bidded to wake up, the people that don't understand the times, the people that are in a spiritual slumber, the people that are lost, these things weren't revealed unto them, man. You see? So you're going to not fear the incredulity of these people. The unbelief is not going to stop the things from coming to pass. Read Romans, the 3rd chapter. So it doesn't matter if these people look at us crazy. It doesn't matter what they think at the end of the day. Right? The counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, is going to stand at the end of the day. And the counsel for these people was for them to be destroyed ultimately, and for you ultimately to wake up and be saved. All right? 2nd Esdras 15 and 3 again. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine. That's what we're starting to see culminate now. Shortage of food. All right. The sword, violence around the world. They just got rid of almost half of the police force here in Chicago, man. And this is gonna go and spread forth throughout all the police force throughout all the country, throughout all the world, man. This is what's gonna lead to those uprisings, the sedition among men. All right, invading one another. All right, these people not regarding the princes, modern day princes, kings, all right, and majesties, which are these mayors, these politicians, these governors, presidents. This is all this stuff is written. It was declared from the beginning. All right, as what? The end. To let us know that we're in the end of an age. All right, let's go to 2nd Esdras 9. We'll read 5 again. 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right, that's what's coming forth. These are things to let us know when we see these things starting to arise. What does that mean? That means that we are coming into the end, all right, of this generation, of this age, of this rulership, of wickedness. We're at an end. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the time? The prophecies, circumspection, watching, praying, reading, studying, being occupied, to the best of your ability, because we do have to live in this world. We do have to go to work still. We have to live amongst these unbelievers, these people full of incredulity. All right, so the Lord gave us a task that'll keep us on point. He also gave us markers. He gave us a track to follow, the prophecies. And how do you understand them? Because you have the spirit of Yahweh Shai. It tells you that in the book of Revelation. The spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is the spirit of prophecy. The spirit to understand. It tells you in the book of, I believe it's 2nd John, either 1st or 2nd John, all right, that the spirit of the Lord is in you. You see? This is how we understand, and how you listeners, you believers, starting with the apostles and elders on down, all right, that spread forth the message first and foremost. This is how we believe, man. We were written in the story to receive the spirit of the Lord, Yahushua, which is that spirit of prophecy. And that is what's helping us stay occupied. That's what's helping us understand the times, all right, and measure them. 2nd Ezra 9 and 2, you know, they're doing this they do this every first Tuesday of the month. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. If we're in the end, the Lord said in the end he's going to come, right? All right, we're living in the end of this world. Okay, so upon the end of this world, it will be a visitation from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see? Verse 3. Here's some more tokens to let us understand the times. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, we're seeing a lot of those. You go on all these earthquake tracking sites, there's thousands of earthquakes within the year. And they're increasing. That's a token of what? The Lord's coming. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. We're living in those times. We're living in the times of destruction, calamity, great confusion. And also what? The awakening of the Israelites, the remnant, the elect, and the salvation of those people, man. The end of wickedness on the planet and the beginning of righteousness. Bear with me 1 second. 2nd Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. That's the Isaiah I read. See, that's the spirit. These things were declared from the beginning. The end was declared from the beginning. The ancient things written aforetime, written for our learning, according to Romans 15 and 4. Right? Well, they were declared from the beginning. All right? 2nd Ezra 9 and 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end. Right? So you have people that are born, that's their beginning. Then they get old and they die. That's their end. Okay? All the way down to what? You have you have the beginning of a movie. These are just examples that are stuff that's made in the world. An end of a movie, the beginning of a movie, then you have the end of the movie. See? You have a drink, you have the beginning of the drink that you pop a can of soda open or something like that, which you ain't supposed to be drinking anyway, really. But then you get to the bottom of the drink, and when you're finished, you're at the end of the drink. All right? You have the beginning of the day, you get the end of the day. Just like what? The times of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai had a beginning. During that time, he spoke of the end, and now we're in the end that he declared from the beginning. 2nd Ezra 9 and 2nd Ezra 9 and 5 again. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. And that's the times we're living in now. We're seeing these effects. We're seeing the effects of the prophecy come forth. All right, we're seeing the signs of the prophecies. All right, people that haven't been bitten to understand these things, they don't know what's going on. They just think that this is a so-called health crisis, man. They think all this calamity and destruction and plagues, food shortages, they think it's just for nothing. You see? But that's why we're not supposed to fear the incredulity of these people, because what? They ultimately were bidden not to understand these things, man. All right? We were bidden to what? Understand the end. And if they don't understand it, that don't matter. That don't have nothing to do with us. We go out there, we teach the word, and whoever the Lord written from the beginning to understand these things, all right? To understand these things, they're going to get it. Whoever wasn't, they're not going to get it. Period, point blank. That's it. All right? 2nd Ezra 9 and 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And we're seeing all those things take place to what? let us know that we're in the end. Okay, let's go to 2nd Ezra 6. This is 2nd Ezra 6. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. You can read that in the book of Genesis. All right, the forefather of what? The so-called white man, the Edomites. All right, and the forefather of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Jacob. Those two patriarchs were brothers. Read about that in the book of Genesis, I believe it's 25. All right? And ultimately what? Jacob, who us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, us Israelites come from, we were given a blessing, that promise of an everlasting kingdom that will come in the end of the world, which is in the times we're living in now. See? 2nd Ezra 6. And also, this will be the ending, because a lot of our people have been in a distraught mind of when we're going to get out of this captivity. When are our people going to get out of from underneath this so-called white man? All right, when are we not going to be at the bottom? We're living in that time. This is the end of it. All right, 2nd Ezra 6 and 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau, the ruling class, but the ruling nation on the earth being the Edomites. All right, the children of Esau, the descendants of Esau. All right, that's a token itself. When they would rule in the end days, that would have signified what? The end of the world, the end of the age, and the beginning of our kingdom. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's why we're coming up and waking up to this truth. All right, the Lord is, like it says in the book of Psalms, the Lord is setting us in order before the eyes of the world and before the eyes of the Edomites and the wicked elite. This is something they've tried to hide from us for years, paid millions of dollars for. But you can't outsmart the Most High, and you can't set up any other enterprise or council that's going to go against the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Creator, and His Son. We read in Isaiah 46 that what? His counsel shall stand, and the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, they're gonna do their pleasure on the earth, which is what? Waking us up in the last days. Right, Lord willing, we are the remnant, we are the elect. Us teaching His word, starting with the apostles and elders on down, and ultimately what? Destroying this society, which is full of wickedness. Job 9:24. All right, and setting up that righteous kingdom. All right, for Jacob, the descendants of Jacob, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So we are to continue to push this word. All right. And, stay occupied with the prophecies, man. We are in the end of an age, man. That's why the things are taking place. These things that we're seeing, these signs and effects, that's why we're seeing these things. Because we're in the end of an age. We're in the end of a rulership. We're in the end, all right, of those 10 toes. All right, that's this beast system. Ruled by who? The Edomites. All right, so Lord willing us, edifying just something quick and through the spirit. Call Allah, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing His word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom and Abba Babal.